All right, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whatever time it is when you hear this message, I pray that you're poised to receive, to accept, and to respond to words of wisdom. Ashe. You know, we're fond of saying knowledge is power. And as a result, we prioritize information, right? And especially in the internet era, right? The Google era, where you can get endless amounts of data, right? But in spite of the fact that it is essential to gather data, and it is really essential to gather good data, it's also important to know when you got more than enough information. Because sometimes the more information you get, the more complicated things become. The more information you get, the more confusing things get. The more information you get, the more messy things become. And so there are a couple of instances wherein you'll find that, like this is the case. In one instance, you already have decided, you already know what the thing is. Your first impressions have already been made. You knew what you were thinking, how you felt, and what your intentions were from the beginning. And now, as you get more information or your experience, gets deeper, now you're starting to think, well, maybe there's something else to this, or maybe it's different from what I thought, or maybe I could change course midway, right? That's one instance wherein the more information you get, it's just clouding your judgment. You already know what it is. Another instance wherein more information is not necessarily working in your favor is when somebody is deliberately trying to slow down the decision-making process. Sometimes people start throwing in all kinds of data that's irrelevant. It is not pertinent to the decision-making process. It is not adding any value to your true understanding of the situation or what the final result will be. Somebody could be deliberately trying to deceive you and trick you and throw you off track, So those are just a couple of instances wherein more information really isn't working in your favor. And so at the moment that you suspect that, you really do have more than enough information, at the moment you get the feeling that, maybe you're just spinning your wheels. That's the time where you have to slow yourself down and do a couple of things. This is what I do anyway, and I find that it's functional, and I think that you will too. One of the things that I will do is I will go back to the blueprint. I go back to the original goal. What was I doing here in the first place? How did I show up here? What was I looking for when I came to this place? Another thing that I will do is I will ask myself, how the new information is really adding to my ability to make sense of the situation. A third thing that I will do is to really, it's not as factual, but to go back into kind of an emotional or more sublime point of reference, which is, what's my gut telling me? What's my intuition telling me? What is my heart saying about the situation? Is it really a yes or is it really a no? Ultimately, what do I know in my soul? And so when I use those filters, it usually helps me to balance out my need, or my perceived need for more information. Basically, kind of gets me out of my head. So I think those are the things that I would recommend for anybody who is facing a situation where you're being overwhelmed and bombarded with more information. And the more data you get, the more confused things become. So this is a lesson for the leaders, of course, because leaders, you got to rely on good data. If you are someone who is ready, willing, and able to change the world through positive influence, I want you to find out how Obafemi Oribunwa and the Orisha Lifestyle Academy can help you start living the medicine that will heal your life and heal the lives of those who you are destined to serve. Visit me at obafemio.com or orishalifestyle.com, and let's start putting things together to help you do that good work. I look forward to working with you. Bye for now. Or double.